I turned it into a joke years later.
Yeah.
PF I was never a fast kid.
Okay.
I was quick, but in long distance, you would catch me.
Okay.
All right. So when the marketing tool behind PFIs was they make you jump higher, and they'd show a kid like jumping a fence without touching it, and then they'd show like
my brother Charlie.
then they'd show
definitely.
like a Puerto Rican kid getting chased by cops, and finally the Puerto Ricans like going woof and giving up. PF flies that make you jump higher and run faster.
But the white guy got away.
So I went home
Always
and
funny.
got the fucking PF fly. I begged my mother to get me the PF flies, but then I had to put them to the test.
Okay.
So how did you put him to the test? You tortured the Hasidic Jew on the block. His name was Mr. Martini.
He would chase you
Chases for blocks. Chases for blocks.
in all that clothing?
In the black suit with the whatever. Dog, it
His
was
curls
such-
are flat. He's
He
like
didn't have
pissed.
that. He didn't have that.
Okay.
He only had like a little curl and he wore the thing. He was the typical slumlord, like what they call a slumlord today. He lived 3 houses. He owned 3 houses that were next to each other, but he lived in the basement of the middle one. So you weren't even allowed. There were metal bars with those spears sticking out.
Yeah.
Like little chings like that. And like we would play
Spikes
games.
kind of
You weren't
thing?
even allowed to talk in front of his house.
Oh, I hate people like that.
So he would come
we
out
had a
of the
lot
house.
of those.
He would come out and go, hey, go down the fucking block if you guys want to talk. So the first time he did that to me, even at that age, I was like, you don't own this fuck. Like I was Cuban. I was trying to be American. I thought I knew all the American rules. It's a free country.
Yeah.
So I told the
You
guy.
got to use that every
I told
time.
the guy right off the bat, I go, it's a free country, pal. He goes, it ain't fucking free, you spick motherfucker. Go down the fucking block. So I'm like, spick motherfucker, really? Free? Okay. So I got me and my other little dirty guys, and we just started on the slow torture chamber. Eggs to his building.
Eggs. We egged everybody.
Fucking
Yeah.
toilet paper. If we killed a rat, we'd fucking
Throw
throw
it
the
in
rat
there.
in the fucking thing. And then
Yep.
he come up with the rat in his hand and go, one of these days I'm going to catch one of you little motherfuckers and I'm going to eat you for lunch and all this shit. And he was tough. But Mr. Martini has a reputation that if Mr. Martini caught you, he'd fuck you to death and then kill you. So all the kids, you were scared of Mr. Martini.
Of course.
So we would set him up with traps. We would fuck with him with traps. Oh, yeah, like if he passed it past the corner, you throw a fucking stick at him. I mean, we had Mr. Martini tortured.
That's great.
And then other kids from the block would come on, and I would make them go in front of Mr. Martini's
it was like
house.
a dare.
I
Yeah.
would go, let's go play stoop ball in front of Mr. Martini's house. That's when you slam the ball off the
Stoop
stairs.
ball, step
Oh,
ball.
we must say that.
No, stoop ball is when you hit the ball off the stairs
Yeah,
that
step
bounces
ball.
out, and you have to catch it for a single or double. So we would play stoop ball, and he
Yeah.
would lose his fucking mind. He would come out and say, what did I just tell you, little motherfuckers? So my mother had a legua, and this other thing. A legua is the thing that you put by the door, and you're supposed to put candies in it and silver coins and pennies.
Is it for like luck or something?
For luck. So I would take a handful of the change. And in those days, those little poor white kids, they'd kill a motherfucker for a quarter. Because it was a soda for a
That
quarter.
was
They'd
me,
kill
yeah.
a motherfucker. So I would tell them, come here, guys. You guys want to make a quarter? And they would go, yeah. And I would throw the quarter into Mr. Martini's basement. And they would know that you weren't allowed. And they would jump the fence. Then Mr. Martini would come out at him with a stick and shit.
With their PF
You
fangs
don't-
on or whatever the
You
frick
don't
it
know
was
how
called.
many kids would come back to me beat up.
I love
and go,
that.
you motherfucker, you trapped me. Mr. Martini
I just
beat
got
me
fucked
up,
by Mr.
and I didn't get a
Martini.
quarter and shit. I would just take new people and throw a quarter over there and make them jump over. And then one day, like, I tortured Mr. Martini for about 2 years. It was like a slow, in the summers, every day.
And this is in Jersey
This
or?
was in 205 West 88th Street.
Oh, okay.
So if we were 205, he had to be like 198.
Okay.
He was on the right-hand side, and we were on the left-hand side going towards Central Park. And, dog, we would just hang across his house and say shit. So we couldn't hang in front of your house.
Right.
So now we cross the street, and that territory in front of his house on the street, we created that game that's like pool, but only you play it with, like, coins.
Yeah.
You play, and you have to go through circles, number 1, number 2,
yeah,
number
yeah.
3,
I forgot
number 4,
the name of that.
number 5. And what you
Dead
did
box.
was you removed the circle
Dead
thing from the
box.
chair, dead
Yeah.
box. And he didn't like that either. And then there was one day in the summer where the trees would get refilled with dirt balls.
Shit balls?
No, dirt balls. So it would be balls that were just made of dirt.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just dirt that was compressed, and they would plant new trees and put those dirt balls around. Listen, you could throw them at people and they'd just blow up. It would just be dirt when you got hit with it.
That's amazing.
On that day, it was Mr. Martini Day. Like, you know how you have like National Donut Day?
Yeah.
National Secretary's Day. Whenever those trees got filled up, you knew to go outside that you were going to bombard Mr. Martini at some point of the day.
That's amazing.
So we started bombarding him with the fucking dirt balls at first. Little by little. Pa, 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 and we'd run away and he'd chase us. And then one winter, I remember hitting him with like a Kennedy assassination of snowballs. Like 4 of us got together and he got hit with snowballs from every fucking direction. But I had my PF flyers on. I knew I could get away with them.
Yeah, you're fast.
I ran this motherfucker all the way to Spanish Harlem from 88th Street.
Holy shit.
Down to Broadway. And then after like maybe 90th Street, we just started walking. And it was getting dark out. Like, this is how...
So he's still following you.
This is how long the jaunt was.
Shit.
We started torturing him when it was daylight.
Yeah.
And we ran so far and so long that when we were coming back on Broadway, it was already starting to get dark. I'll never forget this.
Yeah.
It was Christmas time.
And these kids think playing Fortnite's fun.
It had to be like 8 of us or 7 of us that eluded Mr. Martini. And at that time, we weren't giving each other high fives. We were just walking back going, Fuck him. We got him. And on the corner of 88th Street, there was a photography store. And right there, some guys sold Christmas trees. I will never forget this. And we're walking. And as about we're going to make the left onto 88th Street to walk to our prospective buildings, something made me look. I saw the tree jiggle a little bit. And I looked at the tree. And I saw Mr. Martini's hand. Look at this fucking guy. Mr. Martini's hand, put his hand through the tree, open it up. He's like, I got you. And then we all ran fucking home. Somebody was asking me a couple of weeks ago, like, what was when I look at Mercy now.
A Jew coming out of a Christmas tree has got to be frightening.
It was fucking, he was dressed in the black and he chased us. And I still remember hitting my building and running up the stairs. I didn't even have time to take the elevator.
You probably didn't even touch a stair.
And I didn't stop at 3 because I knew that there was another staircase on the other side of the. So every floor had two staircases. So I ran them up to like the 6th floor. Then I hit the staircase and got up at 3 and went to my house unsafe. And he never fucked with me again. But that day I knew Mr. Martini was going to kill one of us. Like, I knew it eventually he was going to snap.
If you kept poking this bear.
Weren't you like 6 or 5?
6.
7. But that was what you did back in the day. You stayed out all day and fuck with people.
10 Planet Kush, it drains the lactic motherfucking acid. People won't cop to it. The health specialists say, no, that doesn't happen, Joey. Yes, it fucking does. I got friends in Harvard, bitch. I'm like Garth Brooks. I got friends in high places, motherfuckers.